questions from
It's real
you?
quiet. Nobody spoke.
What does it feel to get the win today after kind of a whirlwind 20 days for you?
I mean, it was great to get the win. I mean, obviously, after last week and fighting so hard, we want to come out and do our best to get one. And with Jordan out, we just had to come together, and I'm glad we got it.
So how many plays did you know? How big was the game plan, and how do you think all that went as far as knowing what you were doing?
I mean, it was a normal game plan as far as that goes. He told me he was going to give me everything and take out what I didn't feel comfortable with, just as if I didn't get those reps, and I felt great about the whole game plan, so that's awesome.
How proud are you of yourself for how far you've come? I mean, you got traded for a 7th-round pick, and here you are a couple weeks later. You're starting for the Green Bay Packers, and you're winning your first game.
I wouldn't say I'm proud. I'm more blessed than anything. I'm just grateful for God giving me another opportunity somewhere different, a clean slate, and just giving me the opportunity to be around guys who helped me get going in this past 3 weeks as far as just learning as much as I can, and guys in that locker room who are behind you, whoever's starting, and just continuing to, have that confidence in you. It builds, and it just helps you go out and be yourself.
You said clean slate. How confident were you that if you were able to get an opportunity somewhere else, that you were ready to kind of deliver in this country?
I mean, more than anything, you don't know, but you just continue to work until you get that opportunity. I mean, the last opportunity I got to start a game was my rookie year. I wasn't where I wanted to be as far as the offense went, or just where I was playing NFL football, as a rookie. And, you don't control that, and it's a results-based business, and that's just what it is. But I just continue to try to work until I get another opportunity, and just so happened it came this week.
What do you think of the run game, especially early in that first quarter?
I think the big boys did a great job, no doubt. Almost 250 yards in the first half. That's insane, And they just made it easier on us, and just made me have to be really efficient more than have to go out there and win it myself,
I know you said, when you played as a rookie, you said you weren't ready. Because of the unknown, since you hadn't played since then, even in your mind, did you know if you still had it, and did you need to get out there and maybe take a hit to be like, okay, I can still do this? Or did you have a pretty good idea coming into the game, like, I'm really confident in what I do?
I mean, I've been really confident the entire time. It's more than anything just getting those reps and feeling that timing. Like, even in Tennessee, I didn't really get those reps during the week of the games I started. It was more walkthrough reps and times where we thought Tannehill was still going to go, Just like this week, you have to prepare just in case the starter's going to go. But more than anything, I try to push that to the side and just continue to work each day. You get those reps against guys on the scout team, not only in here but in Tennessee. You just continue to build and learn from things and wait for an opportunity to, go out there and improve it.
Can you take us through that shot?
You've had the full week of reps. This is the first week in your career.
Yes, it is full speed. Yeah, in Tennessee, I didn't really get those. We were banged up, so it was a lot of walkthrough reps. Even in camp and stuff, I was only getting reps with the 2s or the 3s, So it was kind of tough, but there's no excuses. Those mental reps count, and having to know that footwork, that counts, and that's on me. I'm not blaming them for anything, you know what I mean?
Can you take us through the shot to Romeo down the sideline, just what you saw and how the play developed for you?
I just think Romeo made a great play. He went up and got it. It was awesome to see, and this organization has done a great job getting receivers here, and they have a great receiver room right now, all throughout. It's not just Romeo. It's all those guys. They go out and make plays, and when they're given an opportunity, you see they make a play like Wicks on that's a quick throw, and he turns into a touchdown, you know what I mean? And throughout the game, I know they wish they had more opportunities, but the way we run the ball, I mean, it's just what it is. You got to lean on that. And those big guys, they were like, hey, put it on us, you know what I mean? And it's great to see them, fight through the adversity of losing their starting guy and having a guy who's been here 3 weeks come in, and, they just kind of all rallied behind me, and I rallied behind them, and we did this thing together.
Malik, the term game manager gets thrown around sometimes, and I don't think some quarterbacks find that offensive. What do you think of that phrase?
I don't think of it. I mean, it's either win or lose, and y'all gonna write about that either way. You can say what you want to. All you can do is control the flow of the game. The flow of the game said we were running the ball today. If we were going to be successful running the ball, would you not run the ball just to prove somebody wrong? You know what I mean? I mean, it's just what it is. And we're not here to throw those terms around. We're here to win games and do what we can to lean on each other. And that's all it is.
How would you evaluate your performance today?
I have to look at the film, honestly. I don't know. I got to go back and look. But I know I left a couple plays out there for sure. and it's okay. You just got to learn from it. It didn't hurt us today. We got out there with the W, so that's all that matters.
Malik, you talked about your teammates rallying around you. Do you think Coach LaFleur kind of gave you that extra boost to get you going today to give you the confidence to win?
Yeah, he definitely instilled that confidence in me as far as we're riding with you, and we have all the confidence in the world with you. If we didn't, you wouldn't be out there. You know what I mean?
Malik, what was your first Lambeau experience been? What was it like?
It was awesome. I got to see those guys Lambeau leap for the first time, and it was great. That's what you expect. That's what you want. You want touchdowns. You want us to go out there and get a W, and we got that. So that's awesome.
Did you do any can plays, any audibles at all? Are you at a point where you can do those, or?
Yeah, we did those. We just got the right looks today. You didn't see me touch that helmet many times, so that's awesome.
Malik, can you walk?
Hey, Malik, Christian told us that you threw for about 400 yards of deep balls to Romeo. Can you kind of take us through the process of getting acquainted with those guys? Because it looked like the catch that he had was maybe a product of you guys really having hit some chemistry there.
I think more than anything, those reps are amazing, and those are great, feeling that time in, feeling how somebody's going to do whatever, and it was awesome to get those reps. Romeo did a great job just going up and getting it, and I give all the credit to him.
Can you describe what this day was for you, just knowing you're going to have your first start since your rookie season, kind of everything that was at stake, and how did your emotions start in the day, and how did they progress in the game, and now after the game?
I mean, I haven't really had a true time to reflect on my emotions more than anything. You just try to prepare each day as the season started now. If it was last week when I got, or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, when I got traded, it was a little bit emotional. I didn't know how to feel. But with the season coming, I just had to flush all that. We can worry about it later and just understand that this season doesn't wait on anybody. And I just have to continue to prepare and be ready to go if called upon. And I still haven't had time to reflect, so we'll see.
How did you feel about the opportunity to start against the Titans next week if that came to fruition?
I don't know. I mean, normal. I just try to prepare as a starter each week. That's my job, and I just try to not focus on who we're playing more than the game plan and what we're trying to do, what we're trying to accomplish, and that's get another W.
Did you notice when you got traded that you guys are going to play right away?
I didn't know the schedule, no, sir, when I got traded. I had to look it up.
Is there anything that you would know from playing against their defense in practice that would be helpful to you?
I think I'll figure it out when I watch film. I can't tell you as of right now. I didn't watch their last game, so I have no clue,
Are you a chip on the shoulder kind of guy, or is that going to be just another game for you?
Nah, I mean, I don't need all that to keep going. I just continue to be grateful for the opportunity I'm given. I mean, I'm blessed with another, however long I'm here, however many opportunities I get, and that's all I'm concerned about is continuing to work hard and be ready if another opportunity comes.
Malik, what was the communication like with Jordan Love throughout the game and on the sidelines?
We were pretty much communicating after every drive. Just he's telling me what he's seeing, I'm telling him what I'm seeing, and just seeing if that, if we can agree or we have a conflict. It was great to have him out there. He's seen a lot of ball, and it's just awesome that he's being able to walk around and be himself. So,
Malik, you've talked a lot about being blessed and grateful, but you did go through a lot in Tennessee with the way things played out there. So how does this feel today? Like, as you stand there right now, how does this feel?
I mean, it's cool. I can't complain. It's awesome. But like you say, we ain't got 24 hours, and we just got to focus on next week. This season doesn't wait on anybody, and we got, 15 more games, so all we can worry about is the day you get, we woke up this morning, we good, and we just got to keep it going.
When did you find out you were starting?
Yesterday. I was just preparing the entire week as a starter, but I didn't find out till yesterday because, obviously,
Two more from Malik.
Nervous last night, Malik? Were you nervous last night? Sleep normal? Was that a normal night?
No, I slept good, bro. We worked out Friday, and I was a little tired. I got a good massage, I slept pretty good, bro. Yeah, and we had a good snack last night after walkthrough and stuff. It was great.
Malik, what did you tell yourself that you needed to do going into today's game, and do you feel like you achieved those things?
I just needed to execute whatever play got called in to the best of my ability. That's all you can do. And worry about anything else is just, false in your mind. It just creeps up and builds all these different, scenarios and whatnot that you just don't need, because all you can do is execute each play as it comes in to the best of your ability.
Thanks, Mike.
Have a good one.
It's closer than I wanted it, but I can't tell you how proud I am of our football team. We talked about playing complementary football, and I thought we did a pretty good job of that. Although there were some opportunities there to really put the game away, but you never know in this league, and you got to battle for 60 minutes, and our guys did that. I think anytime you hold a team of that caliber to 10 points, that's a hell of a day defensively. Can't say enough about Daniel Whalen, just his ability to flip the field, pin Indy deep, and then offensively, just our guys battling. 53 rushes, that's what we wanted to do coming into this game, and to be able to do that, it's one thing to want to do that, but to be able to go out there and execute that, I think that says a lot about really just all 11 out there, starting with the offensive line, but our backs were running hard, our receivers were blocking their butts off like they always do, and I don't think you guys can appreciate or even comprehend the task that Malik Willis, this guy got here 3 weeks ago. And for him to be able to go out there and command our offense, we had a lot of long calls. We had shifts, motions, a ton of different run schemes. There was a lot put on his plate. And for him to be able to go out there and do what he did today, I think that speaks volumes of who he is as a person and the work that he's put in. Just super proud of him. I think our coaches did a great job preparing him, and just really happy and proud of our football team.
Matt, you knew the Colts would be keyed in on the run. How did you guys try to change up your looks and with some different runs to keep them guessing and keep it effective, even though everyone knew that's what you guys were going to do?
Yeah, I just think we had a variety of schemes up, and I think you got to give credit to Adam Senovich and all our coaches that kind of come up with that run plan. Just the diversity within our run game, and then the ability to put guys in certain positions, using our receivers in the running game, our tight ends blocking their butt off. Again, I told the O-line, I challenged them the other day, and we had a shaky day of practice, I think on Wednesday, and I went in there and said, hey, we're winning this game through you guys. And, I thought they stepped up.
How were you able to hold Anthony Richardson in check as well as you did and kind of force him into some of the mistakes he made?
Yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row where we're playing a really athletic quarterback, and I know our guys up front, they want to get those sacks, but I can't tell you how proud I am of just being disciplined up front with our rush. I know there was a couple plays he got out late, but I thought for the most part, they did a really good job up front of just being disciplined, trying to collapse the pocket in front of him and force him to make some bad decisions.
What did Willis's ability to run help you factor into, you know, being able to put together your game plan and run it like you did?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't run a ton of zone read, but we ran, I would say, just enough. And then there was some critical third downs where he was able to pull it and move the chains with his legs. And, you know, that's one thing that obviously that, again, he's an athletic guy. He's got great speed, and you could feel his juice out there.
Coach, it's one thing to set up a game plan. It was very clear what the game plan was early, but the execution of it throughout the game was pretty spot on and pretty clean game penalty-wise as well. Talk about that.
Yeah, I credit our players to be able to take the plan. It's one thing to take the plan, but it's another thing to make it come to life, and that's all on those guys. And they were able to do that, and I have a lot of respect for the Indianapolis Colts. Gus Bradley, he's one of the premier defensive coordinators in this league. And, you know, just for our guys to be able to go out there and execute, this is a very tough physical football team that we played. And for our guys to be able to do what we did, I was really proud of our efforts.
You talked about what was on Malik's plate. How did you and Steno and the staff figure out where the line was of, okay, we can put this on him, we can put that on him, without overloading him? Because that would have obviously been counterproductive.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a little bit of an unknown going into a game, because it's one thing to do it in practice when the pressure isn't quite as high. It's another thing to go out there in front of 80,000 fans and be able to articulate the play calls. I think there was one time we had to burn a timeout because of a play call. I think that's pretty remarkable, especially considering all the movement we were doing throughout the course of the game.
You've talked about Jordan a lot, that you like his steadiness and how he never gets too up, too down. Have you seen some of the same qualities in Malik in this limited interaction with him, obviously? Did you see it this week?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think, you know, we're just getting to know each other. We've been together for 3 weeks. But he is a pretty even-keeled guy, and I think that's, you know, I think that's important at that position, to be that way. You're never too high, never too low, and you're just consistent, and I think that's who he is as a person.
Matt, I think some of us were surprised when Eric Wilson was getting that many defensive snaps this summer. What did you think of what he's given you outside teams, and especially today?
Well, I got to go back and look at it. I'll be honest with you guys, like when we're in game and I mean, you're trying to make adjustments. It would be wrong for me to say, but I do know that he's made some critical plays for us, you know, over the course of 2 games. He punched a ball out on that long, I think that was a long screen pass. He got the pick. You know, Eric's just he's a consistent person. He's very regimented in terms of his approach. I think that you don't look like that if you're not disciplined. I love that Rich calls him body beautiful, so that I'm sure you guys will enjoy that. But he's just consistent. That's the best way I can describe him. And he just goes out there and executes, and he does it in 2 phases of the game. He does it on defense and then on teams as well.
Thanks for giving us that. All those runs that you ran today, were those all in your playbook with all those motions attached to them, or did you guys add some wrinkles during the course of the week?
Yeah, there was definitely some wrinkles added, yes.
I'm sure every win feels good for you, but you just mentioned a minute ago about Malik, you know, you just getting to know him. What does today's win feel like to kind of overcome?
Again, I'm so proud of our staff, our players, just everybody sticking together, because, you know, adversity is coming in every week in this league. And, you know, you face it in game, you face it obviously going into the game when you don't have your star quarterback, and you just got to find a way to win, because at the end of the day, nobody cares. And it's just, this game is about winning, and you got to do it. However, you got to find a way, and our guys found a way tonight, or today.
What was going through your mind on the fumble at the goal line, and then how do you feel the team responded to that?
Well, I don't think I can articulate what was going through my mind on that fumble. But it happens, you know, Josh is, he was sick. I'm sure he was more sick about it than I was. You know, he ran so hard today, and he always does, and he's a great teammate and a great leader for our football team. What do you have, 30 carries? It just, I mean, he put in a good day's work, I'd say. So I know that obviously it can be costly, and luckily for us, it didn't cost us.
Were you more comfortable being conservative in some spots, like at the end of the first half, because of how your defense was playing, or what was the balance there, trying to maybe scale it back some?
Some might call that conservative. I call that being smart. The guy had we had 3 timeouts, or they had 3 timeouts. I mean, like I said, Malik has been here for 3 weeks. To put him in a 2-minute situation at the end of the half when you're up 10-0, I would call that reckless.
Going back to Bill's question, you know, you got pretty high when you jumped after the touchdown to Dontavion on the sideline.
What do you think my vertical was there, Jason? 36? I don't think so, but at least 38.
I'm curious, I mean, you've won a lot of football games here in the last 5 years. This has to rank as one of your favorite wins, though, doesn't it? Given what
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're all great, but I think certainly, you know, just the challenges of going into a football game without your quarterback, with a guy that's been here for 3 weeks, and it's a credit to everybody. It's a credit to, again, to our players to be able to go out there and execute and do what we needed to do to win a game, and our coaching staff for putting them in a good position.
Speaking of executing, like Steno told us, look, we can't just run the ball all game long. He came close, but Malik made the big throw to Dontavion on the touchdown. He makes the big throw to Dobbs on the big gain.
What a catch by Rome. I mean, that was a big-time catch. I mean, they both were big-time catches, because I think Wicks, that ball was coming right when he was out of his break. I want to say, seeing it live, I thought he bobbled it for a second, but to be able to turn up and make that play, I thought both great plays by those guys.
Do you feel like Malik, though, was ready to make the handful of throws that you absolutely needed?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anytime you leave a game and you're 12-14, I'd say that's a pretty efficient day. And I know that we did some things in terms of some of the shorter passes, and we didn't throw a ton down the field, but you know, when he got the opportunity to throw it down there to Rome, went up and made a play for him.
Your O-line, you praised him a few times today. I mean, there's Elton got sick, Josh got sick. There's a video of that. Just how hard was it, those guys, considering it was 80 whatever degrees out there?
Yeah, I asked Malik why he didn't throw the ball on that 3rd down, and he told me that Josh threw up on the ball. I was like, that's the first time I've ever heard that. Matter of fact, the official came over to me, Sean came over to me and said, you know, we saw your center thrown up on the ball. Do you want us to take him out next time? I said, absolutely, please do that, because, I mean, you're talking about a critical situation, and it's 3rd down, and I've never had a throw with vomit on a football. So I don't know. I don't think Malik probably didn't appreciate that.
You don't have wet ball drills. You're going to have, never mind.
I think we'll leave that to you guys.
Thank you, guys.
All right, have a good one. Thanks.